was. I mean, and it took every ounce of energy that we had in the tank to defend that well against a really good team. I mean, Middle Tennessee, we have a lot of respect for their team and their program. And obviously, them being first place in the league coming in, and them being as proficient as they are defensively, especially in half court when they get that thing set, whether it's their zones or their man, they're just very, very hard to score against. So we put 100% of our focus into being as good as we could be defensively. I had 31 deflections. I got a lot of hands on balls. Our press was, it allowed us to get out in the open floor before that really good defense was set again. At least enough. We scored just enough. Played really well defensively. Very proud of our guys. Our effort level was awesome. And again, we needed it. We needed it in the worst way because Middle's terrific. They're a really good team. When Knight got in foul trouble, did you know that the backup point guard was going to struggle like he did? No. No. I wish that all their players would have struggled. You know, we'll wish that going forward. But no, they have a good lineup. You know, they have shooters, they have handlers. Their front court is so good. Nico Hunter and Sean Jones are just really good players. Sean Jones is arguably the best player in our league. Didn't have his best night tonight. I thought Mike Kaiser played his best game, maybe in conference. You know, his numbers weren't as good as they were a couple other games, but to have 8 blocks against a team that good and to step up in that fashion when your team needed it that bad was awesome. It's happy for Mike. He was really good tonight. And then Sean Jones. I mean, you talked about Mike's play, but yeah, it wasn't all Mike. You know, y'all doubled him a lot. Definitely. Yeah, good call, Jay. We were trying to help off certain guys, and we did a lot of scrambling and digging of the post with our guards. We tried not to leave Nico Hunter too much, but our guards were scrappy. I mean, we almost have to do that at times with. Although Mike's a great shot blocker, you know, sometimes he'll lose the wrestling match as it relates to post position. So we try to help him in that regard, and he cleaned up the plays. He finished the plays with his length and his bounce. But like you said, you got to give our guards credit. They were almost pressing, you know, in the half court, doubling the ball and rotating out of it. So you're in this, you know, grinded out game, 32-all, and boom, textbook, one of your textbook runs, a team's textbook runs, 12-0. Yeah. In terms of momentum, how big was that in terms of establishing the lead? It's huge. I mean, as hard as we played in the first half, I was concerned with our energy level early second half, and as a staff, we were right. We came out and they really punched us in the mouth. Middle came out and set the tone defensively and really offensively. Ran their stuff to perfection. Went on a little run to tie the game and said, hey, we're here. You know, we're not going anywhere. They got great experience and poise and toughness, and before you know it, it's tied up. And I believe we took a timeout, and that I want to say the next basket was a Keon 3. Maybe is that what Dave just said on the radio? 32. And I thought Keon hit a hard reverse layup that was really contested. Drove through some contact a few times to get ourselves in a bonus, but to answer with that run that was the game, really. A game that normally you guys are not the aggressors when it comes to physicality. Tonight, y'all kind of were the aggressors to the physicality. Is it nice to see y'all come out on the winning end of a physical game? Yeah, you know, we're not an overly physical team, but we're fast and quick, and I like to think we play pretty hard. You know, we get after it and scramble around and muck it up defensively. I can't admit that that we were the aggressor physically to Middle. I know we did some good things. We did enough to win the game, but boy, it's hard to be more physical and tougher than those guys. I thought we matched their toughness, though, and we played tough enough. And we'll continue to be in that weight room, and we'll continue to eat our Wheaties to be a bigger, stronger, more physical team. Speedy dubbed this as a historic win, just given the circumstances, the crowd, the way the crowd was into it. Mentioned how, like, 3 years ago, the crowd wouldn't have been like that. Yeah. How do you sum this win up in your own words? It was a solid program win. You have to protect your home floor. What made it a little bit more special than just being solid, I guess, is that it was a nice night to honor our 4 seniors. You know, it was it's nicer to honor them with a huge, regular season win over the #1 team in the league, rather than it being a non-conference, or obviously it wouldn't be non-conference, but against a team that wasn't quite as good as Middle. It's nice to honor them in front of a crowd that was big in numbers, that was really into the game, that was a big factor. I thought our crowd was awesome, the way that they celebrated those 4 seniors. Got really loud at times. It was fun. So in that regard, I guess if you add all the factors, it's a pretty neat night. It could end up being historic if we go on the road and go steal a couple. It really could.
We'd be remiss not to talk about Raheem tonight. Whenever he got on the floor in the first half, the team's energy picked up, the building's energy picked up.
Yeah.
What did he mean? I know he didn't score, I don't think, but
yeah.
What did he mean as far as the energy went for the whole game?
Well, our team is a real close-knit group, so when he was subbed into the game, our guys, I think, were just really happy for him, first of all. And Raheem's such a good player, and he's such a leader, both by example and verbally, that I think that our guys feel more confident, with him in the lineup, with him playing some minutes. He's a great scouting report guy. He's become even more of a leader, when he's sitting over there next to us, as he's become an assistant coach over the last 7 weeks. So I thought our guys responded in the right way. They were very happy for him. We kind of rallied around that, the fact that he's getting some minutes. And our crowd was probably even more of a factor than our guys. I thought that they appreciated, the work he's put into rehab, and the fact that, one of our better players is back. They roared when he went into the game, and I know he appreciated that. I appreciated that, and it was a nice lift, an emotional lift for our team.
What is the plan in terms of handling him? Are you just going to try to, get him in the water a little bit each game, or how are you going to handle that? Yeah,
we'll continue to try to increase his minutes, but at the same time, some of these other guys are in such a good rhythm that we have to be careful. It's trying to balance it as well as we can. First things first, how does he feel? And he's post-game, he talks about how well he feels. So I guess he's checked out in that regard, and we'll move on to the UAB scout, and we know we have a big one in front of us. I have a lot of faith in these other guards, these other wings, and what they've been able to accomplish, in the last 7 weeks without Raheem. But at the same time, I know what Raheem can do when he's at full strength. So we'll definitely throw him out there against UAB. He may play a few more minutes. His conditioning will also be a factor.
What made you put him in?
I knew he was ready. I knew he deserved a shot, and I also know how much of a factor he can be down the road. And I don't, his first game back, the first time he plays 20, 25 minutes for us, I didn't think could be the first time that he played. So if we were going to play him and he wasn't going to injure his ankle worse than it's already injured, and he felt good enough to play, then I thought it was important for this team, to at least get him some game experience. And again, we'll try to continue to give him more and more opportunities and more experience. But at the same time, we have to weigh those other factors. We have to weigh how well those other guys are playing and the rhythm that they're in.